Hey, what's up? It's Kit. Time for our video. Today, I'm going to be tying a fly, or actually tying flies, that I would take with me to use on my 10 weight. This is a 7/0 hook, so the fish that we're after is, well, when they're in the foul mood, they're in the foul mood. All right, so yeah, the fly we're gonna tie is actually kind of a simple fly, and it's going to be kind of like a popper type. Okay, so we're using foam, and this sort of foam actually it's quite thick, as you can see. Okay, that's the thickness right there. I don't measure, so I don't know. And we're gonna make this as simple as possible, and a fly that could easily be casted out. Okay, so it's a slimmer profile, but creates or moves some water. Okay, it's a type of gurgler. Okay, it is a type of gurgler, and I like this because it's pretty straightforward. It is actually very it's actually a very straightforward fly to tie, and normally it is easy. The problem is, and the challenge of this tie for this particular one, is that first and foremost, it's big. Okay, big and cumbersome. So that's kind of like the theme for this fly right here. Now, what I will do is I will borrow the width of this. Actually, not the width, but I will use this as sort of a template. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, and it's a GT ice cream. What I'm gonna do is I will lay this down like that. Okay, and I'll take the taper. I'll take my scissors right here and take the taper from here, like that, like that. Just sort of a guide. Okay. Just helps me align things. So from there I can cut it like so. You can see that if I did that, what happens is that it actually acts as a guide, right? And I'd be able to cut this so that it's at least kind of there we go, right? So that's all. If you want your foam clean, have see, sandpaper. The thicker it is, the faster it would actually shape. And this is a 120. There we go. All right, now anyway, if you're new to the channel, this channel talks about the hows and whys of fishing. We cover everything from big game, ultralight, everything in the middle, including fly fishing. And today I'm showing you, or kind of, I guess this qualifies as a hangout. So we're hanging out, we're tying a fly that we're gonna be using back home. Okay, so the destination I'm going to has some places with some mean fish, and what we're gonna do is hunt for these big fish. Okay, I am tying some flies that disturb the surface and all that, and the foam is black, but what we're gonna do is actually put some dark stuff. All right, we're gonna tie some dark stuff, well, dark foam, but the tails are all going to be very bright colors. That way we see them, okay, and the fish, they see them, okay, they see this, and well, visual cue, and also for us, kind of visible from afar. All right, so UV colors, okay, these are UV reactive colors. Now remember that we're still gonna have to cast this out, so we don't want it as bulky, but we want it to move some water. Okay, so take note of that. Again, this is going to be a very easy and straightforward tie. There will be some areas of this where it might be a bit complicated for a lot of people, so just a heads up, I am going to be dubbing the body. So we're gonna be dubbing the body, so that's pretty much the only complicated part. Alrighty, so I am using braid again, because we want it to be, this one particularly, we want it to be tough. Okay, tough as nails, this. Okay, there we go. Now actually going to see now if we just want the tail like that or we want it thick. So just blending this. Okay, so if we want it thick, it'll be like that. Alright, we'll do that. So we'll do some that are thick, we'll do some that are not. We have 5 actually to make of these. So this one's a bit on the thick side. Okay, so I will make sure that all of the fibers are actually on top, like so. As you can see, that's all on top right there. Now I can cinch this tight like that. Okay, now that's gonna move a lot of water right there. And now, important thing, we glue that. We don't want that to move around, so this is actually super glue is almost drying up, so almost like a gel now. So what I'll do is just put that on right so. Make sure that that is okay. Now take tissue here and then just take off the excess, and then we can go ahead and okay. Now that is dry and that's not going anywhere. Okay, now we take this and put it there. Okay, so this is going to create the bulkness in the body right there. You have to be careful because this braid actually cuts the cuts the foam. Okay, so what I want to like doing, not want, but what I like doing with this, once I do that, okay, so you could see that's the tail. I take some glue and then just put some glue. This is basically gonna make it bomb proof. And pretty much that's gonna seal everything together. Okay, now what I want is to go there and then make my dubbing loop here, like so. Very tight. Okay. I actually have this, but we'll leave it. Okay, tie this, tighten. Alright, so I'm gonna put that there. Now, it would be handy if you had a rotary vise, but this is the whole reason why I'm not using a rotary vise, because I'm showing you this to show you that you don't need a rotary vise to tie something like this. But you do need a spinner, okay, dubbing spinner, and this is self-made. Okay, now at this point in time we can put a different color for this one, but since we're already here and we're using this, I'm just gonna go ahead and use this same thing. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bit like this, you know, since it is this material, this color, okay, what happens is that it kind of looks cool with just two materials. So with this, we just cut. Okay. And this is going to make it sort of like, especially in the early morning light, this sort of thing kind of glows, so it'll work for us. So UV reactive and everything. Now I am going to cut this even more. This is gonna make a little bit of a mess. All right. Okay, so once I have that, I'm gonna put that down for a little bit, and then I'm gonna take my super glue. Okay, and then I'm gonna put it on my thread right here. So that's going to be kind of like the, not kind of, but it will be the glue. Okay, so that when I put the fibers, they're gonna stick, and once they're there, it is going to make things stick even more. Kind of like dubbing wax, but not really. Okay, so I'm gonna take my bunch, put it like so, okay, and then I'll spread it. So this is not going to be, okay, take that there, spread it. As much as you can. It's not gonna be perfect. Okay, spread it. There we go. Now we can spin. Okay, we're spinning here. since it's braid, we can put so much pressure on this and it won't really damage. Okay, make sure to pick out the fibers so they stick out instead of tangling. Okay. Okay, now we can go ahead and polymer this whole thing. Okay. There we go. Take this all the way to the front, polymer back all the fibers, and then take it like so, lock it in like that, turn, and then cut. So you have the legs there. You can do this in another color, obviously, if you want. You can. What I like doing is actually preening it to the sides like that, so that you'll have legs on the side as well. Okay, just clean this up. And I really think this is it's going to be sloppy. Okay, not super clean, but if you can see there, okay, see, you have the legs. Now all you have to do is just cinch this tight. Bang. Okay. Just like that. You can see actually looks, I'm gonna zoom in so that you can see, actually looks quite good right there. Okay, so there's some that are long there. All you have to do is just kind of trim that out. Okay. Okay, now a little bit of a thing that you could use. There's the eye. You could just put your leader there. But now for this one, just so it has sort of legs or something, you could put some legs. Now I am using a stretchy material called stretch floss or something like that. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a bunch here like so, and I'm just gonna cut okay. So how many do I have here? Yeah, so I'm just gonna put some here on the side. This is 4, it'll make 8 strands, but when you tie it up like that, okay, sort of have these legs. Okay, so this side has 8 legs, and it doesn't have to be equal. Okay, it doesn't have to be equal in length. Actually will be part of the charm of this. It would look like it has like a bunch of legs. Okay, so okay, like so. I'm gonna put it here. You can see now as soon as I put it like so, right, then pull, bang, it'll have legs just like that. So a few more turns like that. Now a trick is to take your line, okay, and then you take some glue, put it on your line like that. Okay, so super glue's on there. Preen everything back, okay, preen everything back, and once you turn and have the glue in like that, that will pretty much seal all those in. Okay, now to finish, turn like that. I'm gonna lift this up. Okay, remember there's super glue here. I'm gonna take my I am going to take my accelerant, bang, hit that there, it dries up. Pretty much what happens is that it glues this in kind of like an upward position. Okay, now it's not gonna be pretty at first, but what you do is just finish this up here. Okay, use your whip finish, bring this up like so, close it in like that, bang, like that. So here what we want is to actually pull it so that it forms that lip. Okay, okay, just see it's already up, but what we need is we need it up a bit more. So just put the glue like that. Now that forms kind of like a hard shell, like that, just in case teeth, you know. So that, bring it down so that it has sort of like a shell, like so. Now you could leave this on, put it somewhere where the air don't hit it, but you can see there's legs. When you strip it, it's going to move. Now I don't have the patience, so I'm gonna just spray this. Okay, not going to be the prettiest, but guess what, this is on top. Okay, now there's like a shell there. Another alternative of course is to put a epoxy. Okay, so there we go, that's it. Easy. Hook might be a bit too big for this. Little mistake I made was to actually, okay, this needs to be a little bit at the back here, which we will correct in the next one. Okay, but this one's done. As you can see, this is pretty straightforward. Okay, okay, so now I'm gonna show you after that one popper. So I have 3 of those, and I'm gonna make 2 of these. Okay, because this is kind of easy, and well, it kind of works. Now I'm gonna tie them blind, which means that I won't even bother putting eyes, although you can. And again, the color scheme for this is just black and whatever color tail I have. So for this particular one, I am going to do this. Okay, chartreuse. Now the tail, well, you can put feathers, you can put almost anything really, but what I am doing here is putting synthetic because it will last a hell of a lot longer if tied with synthetics. So basically what I'm doing here now is just tapering my material, and I don't want the tail to be too much. So after I actually judge the taper on this, what I will do is cut it and get rid of the excess. Okay, so this part here is going to be excess, and what I want to do also is I'm going to make this long like that. Okay, so there's the excess. I'm going to cut that off. Also, what I will do is I will taper it, as you can see there. So that's tapered at the end, because what we want to do is make this point here as clean as possible and as slim as possible. There we go. Just like that. No flash, no nothing, no frills. And this as thin as possible. Like so. Okay. Now we have our foam here, and what we want to do is actually stick the foam like so. Okay. And stick another one here. And what we will do is actually compress this so that the everything here sticks. So I will sandwich the hook in between like so, just like that. I'm gonna hold it. I'm gonna put a clamp there so that it holds. Okay, and from there, I mean, you could go crazy. You could put ice. I think I'll put ice. You know, just like that. Because I have a lot of ice, I guess. So I'm just gonna put ice like that. Alright. So from there, what we could do is just glue this whole thing. Okay. So what I will do is I will actually put some braid there, crisscrossed. That way there's a place for the glue to actually hold, like so. So one of the faster poppers to tie, normally you have a thick piece, you cut a slit and then you put it like that. Okay, but as you can see, the profile is just like that, and I don't want my profile to be that slim because I want it to be as noisy as possible. The problem, of course, is that it will not cast that well. So okay, now we will also put glue in this thing, one side, just one side. Okay, so I'm gonna put it on this side right here. Okay, and then have it done here like that. Put this like that. Manage the tail. There we go. Just like that. So it'll take a few seconds for this to kind of weld. Now I think what's going to happen is that we're going to put okay, we are going to put some sort of okay, there we go. Now it's still wet, but I want to put some sort of coating, so maybe we'll put some cement, some sort of cement glue. But Okay, so it looks like that. As you can see, it's wider. Now all I have to do is just make sure that the bottom is sealed. Okay, right here. So I will clamp that up. Okay, I will spread some glue on there. Okay, and then okay, there we go. That takes care of. So it's still, there's still some wet glue inside. Okay, so there we go, as you can see. Now, there's a few things that we can do to make it look nicer. But, I mean, as it is, it's actually quite easy. Just like this, we could just sandpaper it. But overall, that is it. You can see it's actually quite easy. And especially with this one, see, it's rigid right there. Now, all we have to do is just do a little bit of sandpaper to make it look clean. Okay, another way, of course, is to actually use a lighter, which I won't do. All right, now this needs ice. Okay, because well, we said we were gonna put ice, so it would look like that. Okay, hold on. Let me just do this actually. I like yellow ice, yellow and black ice. This is it has a black pupil. Okay, we will align it just over here. All right, that looks good. There we go. That looks awesome. Yeah, that looks awesome. Now we just put the other one. All right, there we go. So I think I'm gonna make a few of these because they're actually easier to make than the others. Now, if you want to square off, or I mean round off the edges, all you have to do is just get your scissors, and just trim. If you want to square to round off the edges, which I like doing. Okay, so it just kind of makes it into a bit more finished, the look. Okay, then finish it off with sandpaper. Make it look clean. There we go. Nice one. All right, so that about rounds it up. I'm just gonna make two of these, and then the rest I'm going to make something that swims. All right, so um, but the poppers, that is it. These are not going to be easy to cast, so it will be a very interesting experience. But I'm pretty sure that if there's something out there that will bite this, it's not gonna be small. Again, these are all 7/0 hooks. Okay, that's it for now. I hope you learned something, or at least picked something up. Alrighty, if you haven't yet and you want to learn more, click on that subscribe button. As always, if you want your friends to learn with you, go ahead and click on the share button. If you want to do more for the channel and help us progress, click on the join button. There's two choices there, and both of which help out a lot. Alrighty, that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Class dismissed.